the feeling known as fear. Did it be his whole career? Simply hid, we stoically waited when the carriage of fear emerged. When our breath was heroically beaten and our bravery bravely converged. So we shouted, "Hand off your money!" Then we heard the carriage ajar, and the girl inside thought it was funny, but it startled her papa, and he dropped his Havana cigar. Before we dropped it off, we shot an housekeeping.
Will you never learn? Your orders were to take the luggage, just the luggage.
The great Zorro does not always obey orders.
Oh, Zorro, the menace who terrorizes every traveler in the territory.
Who would ever dream it was really our brave, charming Raymond who has outwitted them for years?
Yeah, well, I think it's very funny.
You must be proud of your brave son, Mama.
He's a reckless young fool. This wallet contains less than $1,000 American.
But that is a small fortune.
It could be a big misfortune. For a miserable $1,000, he let the traveler see him at close range, not what he is wearing, hear his voice.
Our brave Raymond has no fear.
Your brave Raymond has no sense. His orders were to... Who gives orders to Zorro?
Mendoza. This whole raid was Mendoza's idea.
Mendoza? That clown? He's nothing but a mad revolutionary.
Maybe not as mad as you think. These Americanos were here to deliver $1 million to our presidente. That is why you were supposed to take the luggage. Do you suppose he had $1 million in his wallet?
Don't worry, Mama. We took the suitcases as well.
But what does Mendoza want with so much money? To finance a revolution against our tyrant dictator, of course.
With money intended for our presidente himself, what's more.
So, where is the luggage?
It's coming, loaded on a mule. Pablo and Pepe are in charge of it.
Pablo and Pepe? Those two? It would have been better to put the mule in charge of them.
You put Pablo and Pepe in charge of $1 million?
Of course. Two simple souls leading a weary old pack mule. What better way to escape the attentions of any prying policeman?
Oh, Pablo, Pepe, $1 million and $1 million. Oh, this I must see. Let's go meet them.
Yeah. No! You can go, Lola, and you, Casilda. The rest of you go about your business. We don't want to draw any attention to our arrival. The police have spies everywhere. Now, Mama, you mustn't worry. We were all masked. There was no danger.
There is always danger. Oh, my son, how I tremble for you when you're away in your expedition. I see a ghost in every shadow.
My father's. It's been a long time now, Mama. You must try to forget.
How can I forget? The dust from your horse's hooves had hardly begun to settle before I had a very clear reminder. The chief of police was here today.
Lopez?
Yes, Lopez, the man who trapped your father 10 years ago.
And shot him in the back as he prayed. One day I'll kill Lopez. What did he come for?
To ask questions. Always more questions.
Did he come alone?
Sergeant Bernardo is with him.
Bernardo.
Ramon, you mustn't underestimate your enemies. That was your father's mistake at the end. But he was daring, where you are rash. He was cunning, where you are simply impudent. But I only worry because I love you.
I know, Mama. How did you get rid of the police?
I left that to Racolita.
Racolita?
Yes, Lopez is fond of Racolita.
Another reason why I must kill him.
Now, Ramon, don't be foolish. You know Racolita has eyes for nobody but you.
You better be right, Mama.
Come on, you stubborn brute, you. Keep moving, can't you?
Here's Pablo now with the mule. Check for yourself that everything's all right. I'll go and see my men are being careful.
Come on, Pablo. You can make it. One more pull.
Hee-haw! Giddy up there! Come on, you stubborn brute, you! Why does Zorro always give me the most difficult jobs to do?
Oh, come on, my little beauty. Not far to go now.
Here we are, Mama. All safely delivered. Just as Zorro ordered.
So where is the mule?
Here it is. No, it isn't. Where's the mule? Well, you remember when Casilda came to meet you and you started to tell her about the raid? Well, I might have mentioned it.
Mentioned it? I couldn't stop you boasting that Zorro leaves all the most dangerous work to you.
Never mind about that now. Where's the mule? Well, I started to unload and I put one case here and one...
And when he had his hands full, I tied the mule's rope and tied it around Pepe's just
help him along.
And you were too busy patting yourself on the back even to notice.
That's enough from you two girls. Into the house and see the men have enough to eat.
Eat your carrots, little
You
mule.
must tell me some more sometime, hero.
Don't just stand there, put the luggage down. Ah, not on my toe, you idiot. Anywhere but on my toe. Anywhere? Here, have it here.
There's a fortune in one of these cases. Now, take the handbags into the house. And for goodness sake, get that rope untangled.
Oh, here. I'll help you. Hey, come here.
What now?
Did you see what you were doing with that luggage? You were hurling it, positively hurling it. Don't you know the first rule of the Mexican Baggage Men's Union? Take it easy.
Oh, you're quite right, Pablo. I must try to remember.
Here in Mexico, it's far too hot to hurry, so we take it slow. And if a job's a worry, we just let it go and put it off until mañana. In the blazing sun, to have a lot to do is not a lot of fun. And so we often stop as soon as we begun and put it off until mañana. Stop and we meet, don't succumb to the heat. They seem to like going being on parade. We start to steam and to dream of ice cream and go on strike when it's 90 in the shade. Once the sun has set, you'll be amazed how energetic we can get. Let one muchacha click or we go down the net. With a cha-cha-cha until mañana. Let them play a tune. There'll be no stopping us tonight beneath the moon. No spelling storm and beneath the sun at noon. We'll make a spoon when it's mañana.
You thought Raquelita would take me well away from the ranch before you returned from wherever you were.
I don't understand.
Of course not. But you see, I found the senorita all too anxious to be rid of me. When she started to take the way that might be the long way home, I decided to turn quickly, the short way. Where have you been, Raymond?
Minding my own business.
Your own business? This broken down guest ranch that can't even get a person to pay his own keep. Thrown day and night by petty criminals. Where does your money come from, Mama?
Money? We have barely enough to live on.
That does not answer my question. Do you earn your money the same way your father does, Raymond?
Ramon!
Really, Lopez? I am unarmed, as you see. Do you need a gun?
I do not brawl with peasants. I'm an officer of the law.
And a murderer.
A harsh word for a man who's only trying to do his duty.
Exceeding his duty, surely. 10 years ago tomorrow.
Ah, yes. Tomorrow. You'll be attending the Aztec ceremony, of course. It's an anniversary, is it not?
You dare remind me of that?
10 years since I ended the career of a certain bandit.
One day, Lopez.
Take care, Raymond, that tomorrow is not your turn.
Captain, Senor Lopez.
Ah, my sergeant. It seems suitable, don't you think, that the rendezvous place for petty criminals is also the meeting place for officers of the law once in a while.
We are tired of your insinuations, senor.
Capitan, Capitan, I have the most astonishing news to report. Sir,
Do astonish me, Sergeant.
well, I took the trail you suggested, but before I could get back to the police station...
You came across the victims of a robbery. A coach had been held up, perhaps.
How did you know?
Raymond missing all morning. Raquelita all too anxious to be rid of us. A logical deduction.
Deduction?
An important feature of police work. Who are the victims?
Can't you deduct again?
Sergeant!
An American senator named Trotter, sir, who apprehended by bandits. Their money was taken and the luggage as well, sir.
Luggage? That is something new. Are you going into the second-hand clothes business, madame?
Search the rancho if you wish.
I intend to. Believe me. What steps have you taken, Sergeant?
I used my initiative, sir.
May the saints preserve me.
Well, the travelers looked mighty shaken after their experience, so I suggested that they rest up at the nearest ranch house for the night. Their coach is on its way here now.
Very good, Sergeant.
Coming here?
Does that alarm you, Raymond?
Well, should it alarm?
Why should it indeed? This is a guest ranch, is it not? Sergeant, back to town at once and fetch as many police officers as you can lay your hands on. We're going to search our Rancho Grande inch by inch.
I'm afraid there won't be anybody at the station, sir.
What?
They'll all be at band practice.
Band practice? Dear saints in heaven! Am I the only police officer in Mexico totally surrounded by musicians?
But, Lieutenant, the sound of the police band is so reassuring. They often march by the rancho here as they play.
Police band! I need officers who can shoot faster and straighter than their enemies, and they send me euphonium players. Very well, Sergeant. Start the search yourself. You're looking for luggage that might have originated in America.
You have authority to search, of course.
Of course. From El Presidente himself, who appointed me chief of this lawless territory.
Raymond, Mama!
Get on with it, Sergeant. Such a busy day for your guest ranch, is it not? If I'm not mistaken, this is the lovely Senorita Raquelita.
A logical deduction, an important feature of his work.
Raymond!
We meet again, Senorita.
You are safe?
Of course, darling.
Of course. Why shouldn't he be? Is running a guest ranch such dangerous work? You'll be interested to hear, Senorita, that his stagecoach had been held up and the victims robbed of their luggage. My sergeant is at this very moment searching our Rancho Grande inch by inch.
I am sure you're very anxious to help him, but first perhaps a glass of wine.
No, thank you, madame. I am on duty. Constantly on duty.
Don't worry, he won't find anything.
The hold-up?
Everything went well, but Bernardo found the coach and directed it to come here. Passengers and all.
On its way here. Oh no!
Lopez thinks he has me trapped. He almost smiled at Bernardo.
That man frightens me so. I swear I said nothing to make him suspicious.
I know, darling. I trust you.
Leaving you like you do, I sometimes wonder if you can trust anybody but yourself.
You are my whole life.
Pretty but not true. You live for your adventures. The excitement and the danger of your double life mean more to you than I ever could.
Soon, I promise you, Zorro will vanish from the scene, and I will take over Rancho Grande, and we can be married.
You only knew how I long for the day.
And so do I. But until then, there's work to do. That's the way it is.
And if that's the way it is, then I just have to make the best of it. I've given my love to you. A life may bring we will share.
I know that my love is true. Still I keep singing a prayer forever. May your nearness enchant me, for you only can grant me joy beyond all compare. Love, stay in my heart. Oh, how lonely my poor heart will be. I've known from the start thought there was only one sweetheart for me. Love, don't fly away. Promise, promise you'll never depart. I pray every day this forever love stay in my heart.
When you're in love, every dream is a heavenly dream of romance.
Each waking moment concealed, filled with song and with thrill of a dance. How joyous my life would be, one long moonlight and tonight refrain. These fortunes smile upon me, let me ever in love remain.
Dear love, stay in my heart. Oh, how lonely my poor heart will be. I know from the start there is only one true.
Love, don't fly away. Promise, promise you'll never depart. I pray
Ramon! Lopez is asking to see you. I think you better go to him.
He hasn't found.
Of course not. The luggage was safely hidden, but we had time to search. There was nothing.
So Mendoza's $1 million doesn't exist after all.
Not in the luggage, certainly.
Perhaps a false panel, a secret compartment in one of the cases.
My dear, I was an expert on false panels before you were even born. Believe me, the Americanos don't have a treasure trove between them.
And yet Mendoza was so sure.
Ramon!
You better hurry.
Mama, please try to persuade Ramon not to go to the temple ruins tomorrow.
My dear, Ramon hasn't missed a sun god ceremony before, even as a child. The very first year after his father.
I know, he still went to prove he was a man. But what will he prove this year? That he can die as pointlessly as his father did?
Rackalita.
I just know there is something wrong this year. I feel it here.
I understand, my child, but you mustn't let Lopez frighten you. Listen, the coach.
And the passengers.
Don't worry, Ramon will bluff him.
The coach is here, Mama. I heard it.
Very sharp of you, Pablo.
Huh. Well, come on, Peppy. We're the porters, aren't we?
Women not too busy being bandits.
Now pull yourself together. Come give the visitors a hand. But it's...
We know who it is. There won't be any luggage, but you can go and greet them just the same.
I don't know. Welcome to the Rancho Grande, senor.
El Rancho Grande? Grande? That nutty coach driver said this was a place, but I didn't believe him.
Welcome, senorita. May I help you with your cases?
Oh, no, you can't do that. Don't you think?
Welcome to my rancho, senor. The police tell me you have suffered a grave misfortune.
That's putting it mildly, don't you think? I'm Senator Theodore K. Vandals from Washington, and I've been robbed. I've been subjected to the most infernal villainy, the most diabolical outrage.
Well, I thought it was all rather exciting and romantic myself.
Romantic?
Well, don't carry on as these good people. It's hardly their fault, you know.
It's their country, isn't it? And what country, for Pete's sake, sends American citizens bouncing across the territory in a flea-ridden buggy and can't even protect them from cutthroats?
No doubt you were being bounced around too, senor. Oh, I was, and I think I'll have the bruises to prove it.
Land sakes, Lucille, bruises get better. But we've been robbed, remember? Held up. Highway robbery in broad daylight. Except you couldn't call that cart track a highway.
Fortunately, there are 2 police officers here at the rancho this very momento. Pablo, Pepe, go and tell the sergeant the senator is here.
We've already met the sergeant, and it didn't help any either. hard to find hotel staff around here? This country, Lucille, is a shambles.
My son and I run this rancho as best as we can. I hope our hospitality can be some consolation for the,
Outrage! Outrage is the word, man. It's an outrage.
my son's fiancée, Recolita.
Glad to know you. My daughter, Lucille.
Senator Miss Vandal, you've arrived safely. Welcome to our Rancho Grande.
I know, that's what it would keep saying, gold darn it. The sooner I'm away from here, the better. I just have to get to Puebla.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, senor, while investigations are in progress. Capitan Lopez will inform you when you have his permission to leave.
His permission?
Yes, I'm afraid there is very little you can do in these parts without the permission of Capitan Lopez. Oh, and Raquelita, he was asking to talk to you.
To me?
Yes, something about the Aztec ceremony tomorrow.
Oh, no. Run along, my child. You have nothing to do.
Now, Senator, how can we help make you more comfortable during your stay?
Comfortable? In this benighted country, I highly doubt it.
City man, Sergeant, I'm afraid the wide open spaces don't appeal to him.
What worries me is the wide open space where my wallet used to be. No money, no luggage, nothing. There's nothing more a man hates than losing his belongings. My watches, my rings, my personal things, a suitcase and 3 valises. A man's self-assurance decreases when he's minus his bits and pieces.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It's really too bad and it's made me mad. What a shock we've had. What a pity.
What horrid young fools to picture your goods and then ride away not caring. You only had what you were wearing, only what you stood standing there in.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It's really too bad and we feel awful sad.
What a shock we've had.
What a pity. I love to wear red, it's manners is best, and proudly to tell it's on you. For ages it seems I have sought you, but it's yet time that I haven't caught you.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It's really too bad and I get so mad.
What a shock you've had. What a pity.
I know to my cost the chance I have lost, for once a young man waylaid me, and then no attention he paid me. Just imagine how pleased that made me.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It was quite a blow when he let me go, and just didn't go just so pretty.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It was too bad.
What a shock you've had. What a pity.
The coach has arrived, I take it.
Well, we sure didn't walk it.
Senator, this is Capitan Lopez, our chief of police.
The chief? Well, perhaps I can get some action at last. Lopez, my name's Vanders. Senator Vanders. And so far, I've had a pretty poor impression of your law-keeping potential around these parts.
Our country is passing through difficult times, Senator.
Passing through never seems to reach the other side to me.
It will, Senator, it will.
Senator, may I present my son Ramon? Senator and Miss Van.
A pleasure, Senor Sonny. Senorita.
I know. Welcome to El Rancho Grande.
I will see that your rooms are ready. I will send the porters to you.
Thank you, ma'am, but with nothing left to port.
Miss Flanders, my sergeant tells me the bandit who robbed you, he came close to you, he spoke to you.
He did.
Then I suggest you keep your eyes and ears open. It might well be your memory will be stirred by a voice, a gesture. Any information you can give to me might be invaluable.
Well, sure, I'll try.
I'll have questions to ask you too, Senator, after you are arrested. I will be returning shortly, and maybe my next visit will find you less well prepared.
Hasta la vista.
Follow me, Sergeant. I want a word with you.
That's your chief. You have my sympathy.
Senorita, this territory needs a man who's tough at the top, and he's tougher at the top than any man I know.
And he can't be too tough for my mood.
I know how you feel, senor, to encounter a dangerous bandit like Zorro.
Zorro?
Well, it must have been Zorro. A great hulk of a man with a mask. The bullying type, coarse, ruthless.
That was him, all right.
Sergeant!
Coming, sir, coming.
I didn't see the bandit that way, Pop. He was gentle and had a very nice speaking voice, as if he regretted what he had to do. And his eyes over the mask were magic.
You mean you found him attractive?
Well, I'd certainly understand a woman falling in love with him.
Senorita, your rooms are prepared. May we take a case? Oh, sorry, Pablo, I forgot.
Don't let me have him, but I think what we stand in.
Very awkward for you, senor. How will you sleep tonight without your nightie? Oh! How embarrassing! Please forgive him, senorita. Honestly, there are some times when I think.
Yes, and there are times when I think.
But not very often. Come on, useless. Come this way, Senator.
Oh, Peppy, if you really want to know how I shall sleep tonight without my nightie,
Lucille!
the answer is very well, thank you.
Are you coming, Lucille?
In a moment, Papa.
Well, hurry it up, would you? I'm short of money, short of luggage, and short of patience. I'm going up for a long while.
You must be very weary too, senorita. May I offer you some refreshment?
There's no hurry. I'd rather stay out here and talk to you. Your fiancée, Raquelita, isn't it? Pretty name. She seemed upset when Captain Lopez sent for her.
An interview with the chief of police is seldom pleasant in these parts.
Yes, but it seemed to me it was something the sergeant said about an Aztec ceremony that upset her. Now, just what is that all about?
Every year we perform an ancient Aztec rite in the ruined temple of the sun god in the hills just not far from here. The girls wear colorful costumes and we perform a solemn ritual.
And then I'll go get drunk, I suppose.
Something like that.
It sounds like great fun. I sure hope I'm not here long enough to attend. Why should it upset Raquelita?
It was during that ceremony 10 years ago that my father was shot.
Shot? How? Why?
A certain policeman suspected my father of being a bandit. He thought he was using the ceremony to contact members of his gang and pass out proceeds from the holdup. He was hiding in the shadows of the temple. He thought that every time my father went near one of the worshippers, money was changing hands.
But surely he didn't just shoot him down on suspicion.
At the climax of the ceremony, my father was kneeling. He reached into his pocket, perhaps for a handkerchief, who knows. A shot rang out and my father fell dead.
How dreadful.
At the end of the ceremony, the policeman said he'd seen my father reach for his gun, but he wasn't even armed. Why should he be at a religious ceremony?
Oh, Ramon, you were there. You saw it happen.
I was only a boy, but that memory will always stay with me. Since that day, I've sworn I'll be revenged on that policeman.
Lopez.
Yes, our present chief of police.
So you took over the role of Zorro that your father had played before you.
What makes you say that?
Do you imagine that I could ever forget the eyes that burned at me over Zorro's mask? Or ever mistake them?
Lopez already suspects me. Do you intend to confirm his suspicions?
You gave me a moment of romance, the most exciting moment of my life. Would I reward you by betraying me?
Thank you, senorita.
Lucille,
Thank you, Lucille.
now I claim my reward.
Reward?
Just one kiss from the hard, cool lips of El Zorro.
So,
Lola. I can explain.
No, you can't. Not to me. For years, Ramon, I've been in love with you. But knowing you belong to Racolito, one of your own people, I held back my tears and said nothing. But now I find your kisses available to any cheap little Americana
No.
bitch who happens along.
Why, you nasty minded little cat!
As long as cats can scratch.
Yeah, well, bitches can fight!
Ah, senorita. Getting on all right with everybody?
That's good.
Where is Captain Lopez?
He's just left.
Lola, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't I? Where was he heading?
To the station, but he'll be back here soon, I expect.
Well, that may be too late. Too late for everybody.
Excuse me, senorita. Lola! Lola!
What is all this shouting about?
Oh, for some reason, Lola wanted to find Lopez urgently.
Lola? That girl's behaving very strangely lately.
Must be the Latin temperament, Mama. I'm surprised you're not more used to it.
You're so placid and gentle, senorita. You don't seem in the least upset by your experience.
Upset? Why should I be? Today's been the most exciting day of my life. After all, you might have all sorts of possibilities.
But what about losing all your clothes and things?
Oh, plenty more where they came from. It'll be fun getting a new lot.
But very expensive.
No, Pop won't even notice.
Yes, but a crime's been committed and it's up to the police.
We know, to leave no stone unturned. And I'm sure that in no time at all, you'll be out there turning every stone like mud.
As you say, in no time at all. My men are due here any moment, and then I must go on patrol. According to regulations, I must await my escort. Ah, I hear them now. Ladies?
Casilda, why don't you take Miss Vanders into the house? I'm sure you're very thirsty.
Mama, I think we must expect a little trouble.
Lola?
Yes, I'm afraid she may plan to betray me.
But why would she betray you? How could she betray you? She knows nothing that Lopez hasn't suspected for a long time. She has no proof.
Perhaps a small piece of evidence that can directly connect me with this morning's holdup.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Police posse will never go. Viva la revolution!
Mendoza! Well, if it isn't our old friend, the Rambo rebel himself. How goes the fight for freedom?
Magnifico, amigo, magnifico. Any day now, El Presidente will be out, kicked out, on his fundamento.
Bravo. Hasta la victoria.
To business, camarados, to business. The Americanos are here, I am correct?
You are correct. As always.
Me, Mendoza, I know everything. Where are the Americanos at this momento?
Busy inside.
We've just taken them water. Twice.
Twice?
My friend tripped over the first time.
I told them it wasn't Sunday, but they
You are
wanted
wrong
to
about
go.
one thing, my friend. They weren't carrying any money for El Presidente.
Aha, but wait, hold your ponies. Don't jump to delusions. I have new information. It isn't cash they bring, it's a draft.
A draft?
I don't feel a draft. Not the draft you feel when I breathe down your neck. A draft on the Bank of Washington. In order to pay money, which is just as good as money.
A piece of paper.
Exacto, a piece of paper worth $1 million to El Presidente himself. These big business tycoons from America have grown fat on us for years. Do you suppose they want a revolution to rob them of their gold mines and oil wells? No, not sangrienti likely. They wish El Presidente to continue grinding our faces.
Now I see. I was wondering what happened to your face. But these Americanos don't have any such piece of paper. We beat through their luggage with a fine-tooth comb.
You comb your teeth? You say there is no $1 million paper? That is staggersome, incredulous. Wait, let me conjugate on the problem. Mendoza is nobody's lunatic. Ah, but of course, I have it. The draft? No, the answer. This cunning Americano would realize his luggage might be lost, searched, nicked.
It has.
Exacto. So what follows, you ask me? I tell you. This Americano has the paper on him.
I turned out his pockets and took his wallet. There was nothing.
This Americano has mucho inteligencia, like me. Would he have hidden it in his pocket or a wallet, which are for bandits to dip into? Nunca. He will have concealed it in a lining, hidden it in his clothing or somewhere. You must search every stitch he is wearing.
We must search him.
But don't let him catch up. We don't want to let the beans out of the bag before they are hatched.
But how can we search him without him knowing?
And why us anyway? Unless, of course, you're offering us a percentage.
That's a thought. If we find this $1 million, do we get a rake off?
Madre de Dios! What for would you want to rake off? You're all very well sold and heeled here at El Rancho Grande. Do you need paying to do a little job for your patria?
Now, combatants, we're only seeing what you had in mind.
All I have in mind is to get hold of that piece of paper. We simply must nip El Presidente in the works and make sure there is no deal with the Americanos. Viva la revolution!
Viva!
Good, that is settled. How you find the paper, your business. You will find a way, and needs must when the hoop is at the door. You go to the Aztec ceremony tomorrow?
Of course, we are all going.
Good, I shall see you there. You can pass the paper to me during the ceremony.
No!
Excuse me, senorita.
Ramon must not go to the ceremony tomorrow.
But of course he must. Everybody goes to the ceremony.
It'll be all right. I'll have my men with me.
Of course, he'll be as safe as haciendas. Hasta la vista.
You are going?
Back to my brave soldados. Back into battle. And as we gallop away, once more the pampers shall ring to our rebel song. And to the glad shout of the peons as they scutter out of our way, covered with dust. Mendoza rides again! La cucaracha, that's a catchy little song. La cucaracha, wow, we're traveling along. La cucaracha, you can hear it far and wide. La cucaracha, everywhere the devil rides. Somebody creature we have to feel it. It has a tune in mind, no beat a thing. Beat the beat, we want to feel it. At morning, noon, and night, we love to sing. La cucaracha, se le sta por io el beat. Cucaracha, Viva Mexico is free. Everybody! La cucaracha, you can hear it far and wide. La cucaracha, everywhere the rebels ride.
The fallen creature we have in the feeling. It has to choose that might come in a thing. It has to be that people find a feeling. And morning, noon, and night we love to sing. La cucaracha,
La cucaracha, what really it can be. La cucaracha, say let's all for you and me. Till the Mexico is free. Cha-cha-cha!
Oh, Captain Lopez is here. Lopez? Again? It's time I started to charge him rent.
Well, I think quickly into the rancho.
But the Americanos!
They don't know you. Hurry, hurry.
Well, tell them what you told me.
It's only that
Come, girl. You weren't so hesitant a few minutes ago.
I found something here at El Rancho Grande, which belongs to her.
Something, therefore, that must have been stolen in the holdup and brought here by the bandits.
Oh, see, perhaps, I don't know.
Come, show them what you found. To my darling Lucille, from her loving father.
Why, thank you, Captain. And you too, senorita. I was wondering where I'd left my locket.
Left it? It was stolen from you in the holdup.
Oh, I assure you it wasn't. I was wearing it far too close to my heart for your bandit to have ever discovered it, let alone laid hands on it. Oh, no, I took it off and put it down somewhere only after we arrived at El Rancho Grande as guests. I'm so grateful to you, Lola, dear. You must let me reward you.
Don't tell me that you've leagued up with these criminals already.
Watch it, Captain. That sounded mighty like an accusation to me.
Excuse me, Senator, but there are times when my job is very frustrating. Good day to you. Good day, senorita.
What was that all about?
Oh, Ramon, I'm sorry.
Not now, Lola.
As soon as I said it, I couldn't fit my tongue out.
Say not now, Lola.
All clear? No,
Here, amigo. Let me introduce you to our distinguished guest from the USA, Senator Vandes and his daughter Lucille. This is our good friend Mendoza. He's just dropped by to order some chickens.
Senor. Senorita. I am overwhelmed to meet you. Do you know something? Me, Mendoza, I have never before set eyes on two real-life Americanos. I am quite effervescent.
I've never seen so much hardware on a civilian.
Oh, we live in dangerous times, senor. Every village soothing with rebels. A bandit hovering behind every cactus.
You're telling me.
With your vital ballistics, you'd be the man to run into Zorro? Zorro, always, everywhere. Everyone talks of Zorro. Who is this Zorro? It's a lot of hullabalooey.
Well, certainly not you for a start, senor. You're hardly the right shape.
Oh, smell.
I agree with you, amigo. Zorro is overrated. He is only as strong as his weak friend.
Come now, all this talk is not entertaining for our guests. We Mexicanos are happy people, always singing and dancing.
What have you got to sing about?
Oh, who cares what they got to sing about so long as they sing?
Exacto. Me, Mendoza, I am construed to postpone my department until we have sung just one more canción. After all, if we have guests, it is only proper to entertain them. Is that not so?
Quite right, amigo. Let's show them no one can sing a song like we can down Mexico way.
Songs were sung, new traditions they created.
No one says now when
Some we kept alive and let jump alive in a truly curious way.
take the loving song,
It's a happy song, we still have to sing today. Viva la raza en él. Maybe a rush she will wear. Makes you must stop to dance. Maybe she'll not have a chance. Viva la raza en él. Maybe a rush she will wear. Makes you must stop to dance. Maybe she'll not have a chance. And as everyone knows, learning this spoken, she's the source of all token. She's declaring the future with you. She'll share something you can be sure your love is requited. Hope you'll soon be united. Shine, she'll dance with you wearing a rose in her hair.
Excuse me, senorita. What is it, my old friend?
Don't forget every stitch, but be circumspicious. Don't let him catch up.
I honestly don't see how it is possible.
But it is compulsory, obligational. Necessity is the mother of intention. You will find a way. Till tomorrow at the ceremony. Hasta la vista. Viva la campagna!
Viva!
Ramon, if you go and meet that man tomorrow, I'm sure you'll be taking a terrible risk.
Don't worry, I'll be all right.
And I don't trust Lowell anymore.
Trust me, my sweet.
Chief! Excuse me, Chief.
What is it, Pablo?
Well, my friend Pepe, he's had one of his thoughts.
Oh, no. Can't you see I've got rather a lot on my mind at the moment?
But it's about what you've got on your mind that he's had his thought.
Well?
It's about the problem Mendoza has set you. You know?
Well?
Paquelita, would you mind if I,
Oh, no, not at all. Of course not.
If there's a little bit of dirty work you can do with the great Zorro, don't let me stand in your way.
Okay.
Regolita.
Oh, Chief. Chief, I'm sorry if I sort of butted in, but it's really important.
Okay, Pablo, out with it.
It's about how we could search the senator's clothes. Peppi's had the idea.
Well, a simple life might be right for some, ma'am, but as a vacation...
It's not for you, eh, senor?
No, ma'am, no way.
Well, it sure is for me. I think Mexico's exciting, colorful, romantic. Who needs a city? The noise and the people.
All the same, senorita, I'm sure if you were here for very long,
She'd
you would soon
miss it.
all the bright lights and the theaters and just the busy streets.
Don't bet on it. With a cactus against the moonlight for a backdrop, a thrumming of guitars for atmosphere, and one of your most handsome caballeros for company, I'd settle for Mexico any day.
Senorita, Pablo's just had a wonderful idea. We may not have any theaters in these parts, but we do have a circus.
A circus?
Well, of sorts. We have to make our own entertainment in a place like this, so don't expect too much.
Well, sure, we'd really like to see it, wouldn't we, Pop?
Probably turn out to be a cockroach race, but I'll try anything once.
Fine, we'll put on a special performance for you. Make some room, everybody. Are you ready, Pablo?
See?
Right, off you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mexico's favorite traveling show, the famous impresario. If you allow him, he will address you now. Come, Senor Pepe, take a bow. Welcome, folks. This is my circusry, only small, but it's the greatest circus show of ours. Topping the bill, I have by far the world's most thrilling circus star. A flea. A flea. A little flea. There we go.
There's Frederico,
So Chico,
so very Chico,
where my flea goes.
where Fred the Flea goes,
That's where he goes.
where Sarah goes.
Girls adore him.
They're calling for him,
Men encore him.
we can't ignore him.
Crowding, swarming, the might performing flea.
It's my performing flea. Fred the Flea is celebrated,
Terribly well educated.
so minute and frightfully fragile.
He'll go and delight, flea agile. For you, he'll do, say 5 or 6. What's new? I'm using circus tricks. And now attention everyone. Trick number 1.
Dorico, watch Frederico, he's so Chico, so very Chico. Okay, Freddy, your land is merry, take it steady, yes, very steady. 1 step, 2 steps, he started mounting, 3 steps, 4 steps, we hope he's counting higher, higher. How we admire his flea, he's clever as can be, we shall never, never see such another prodigy, never, never little flea.
Come on, Fred, you're almost there. Just 2 more. I made it! Good boy. Now about the careful, careful. Now, you right? You ready? Okay. Down to Papa.
Flee!
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be an interval of a half an hour, and it will be the only interval of the evening. The canteen is open.
Nobody here. This is Lucille's room, isn't it? And she's downstairs with the others.
I know, that's why we've come early, so we can hide before she gets here.
These thoughts of yours are getting more and more embarrassing.
The last one was the right indeed.
Well, I suppose it was one way of searching the senator's clothes, but we didn't find the paper, did we?
So now we know he hasn't got it.
I only hope he didn't guess we were looking for it.
Why should he? He doesn't even know we know there is a paper.
Perhaps there isn't.
Mendoza says there is, and if we don't find it, then it gets into the wrong hands.
I know. It's just this thought you've had about how to go about it that worries me.
I think it's a good thought. The paper's not in the luggage, the senator hasn't got it, therefore the girl's got it.
And if the girl has got it, how are we going to get it?
If we just keep quiet and out of sight till she's gone to sleep.
But what if she sleeps with it under her pillow?
I don't think she will, because I don't think she knows she's got it. I think the senator planted it on her.
Oh.
I think he thinks nobody would think she'd have it.
You think he think? Do you know what I think?
No, Pablo, what do you think?
I think we'd better get the heck out of here while the going is still good.
Some party!
Oh, but the going is not very good.
Little room. And this nightie Casilda's lent me, well, it's simply sweet.
Now, you're sure you want to come with us tomorrow?
You bet I do.
Well, I'll say good night now. Sleep now while you can, and for as long as you can. You won't have very long, you know.
Suits me, I can sleep anytime. This dawn ceremonial of yours, it's a chance of a lifetime.
I'll call you in good time.
Thanks, Mama. Good night.
Oh, seeing as we have an early start tomorrow, I don't think we
we should be bothered by any moonlight serenading.
No? What a pity.
But if they do start plonking on their guitars, throw a shoe at them or something.
All right. Good night, Mama.
Come in, Senator.
And good night to you, Zorro. Thank you for the most exciting and romantic day of my life. Oh, Zorro, if only I could feel your strong arms holding me close tonight. What good is a magic night like this if I must spend it alone?
I
a dream?
You don't say.
I was dreaming I was going somewhere, taking a walk here.
You did take a walk. You walked right in here and knocked that screen over.
I did? Oh, I did? Oh my! Oh my! Now I mean, what? I'm going to get in terrible trouble.
Take it easy. No, you won't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Look, we'll just keep it between you and I. You just run along nice and quietly and no one will be any the wiser.
You mean I can just go? You won't tell anybody?
Well, sure, not a soul. Let's just keep it between you and me, shall we? Why, whatever's the matter now?
You've been so kind to me.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not used to people being kind to me.
Now, you mustn't upset yourself. You're a somnambulist.
Yes, and I walk in my sleep too.
Yes, but you're awake now, so hadn't you better be running along? Good night, Peppy.
Wow, hey, that's the biggest miracle.
Wait, you can't go that way. Quick, the window. Oh, no. Just grab the branch and swing yourself down. Nothing to it.
Oh, but I do myself a meat.
Go on, you quick, hurry.
nights and I may say the sun's rising day to appear. Not at any cost we stay awake and keep our fingers crossed that day will break. Moonlight is shining tonight, a happy tonight, have time to fly. Enjoy the night time and at the right time the sun just might climb back in the sky.
What went wrong? One moment you're all too anxious to help me. The next you let me down as soon as your story was challenged.
Oh, I must have been wrong in thinking that the locket was stolen.
No, you weren't wrong. The American girl was lying. I don't know why.
Yeah, the lies that she's in love with Zorro.
What?
It's the truth, Captain.
But Zorro is Raymond. They're one and the same person, and you know that very well.
Raymond?
Come, girl. Don't pretend to be stupid. You found the American's luggage in the rancho and you stole the locket for yourself.
No, Captain, no.
Don't lie to me.
You're hurting me.
Then help me to trap Raymond. You know more than you've told me.
Well, if you let me go, there's something I can tell you.
Go on.
Mendoza was at the rancho yesterday.
Mendoza? That mad revolutionary? He's nothing but a joke.
Oh, he may be more serious than you think. I heard him and Raymond speaking about the Aztec ceremony.
So, perhaps history is about to repeat itself. Let me see. Suppose Raymond was supposed to find something of importance to Mendoza in the American's luggage. He was supposed to give it to Mendoza yesterday at the ranch, but couldn't because the Americanos were there. Listen, Lola, I'll forget about the luggage you stole, if you help me.
But what must I do?
At the ceremony this morning, stay close to Raymond. Don't let him out of your sight. I shall be in the shadows of this ruined temple, but I will be able to see you.
But what happened?
I hear Raymond now. He must not see us together. Quickly, go. Ah, the lovebird. Take great care at the ceremony this morning, Raymond. It might be all too much for your mother to witness a second family tragedy.
Raymond, I beg of you, please, let's turn back.
I have to be at the ceremony. I promised to contact Mendoza. Oh, I know I haven't found his $1 million paper, but he has to know one way or the other.
You're still a little boy of 10 years ago, aren't you? Proving he's a man, playing bandit.
It would take more than an idle threat from Lopez to spoil the magic of the moment. Since first we made the journey together, the night of the Aztecs holds nothing but wonderful memories for me. Do you remember how happy we were?
And how we sang the first time? Of course I remember.
Let's just pretend everything is as it was then. When I'm alone with you, all I can think of is you, and the night, and the music. My love serenade for you, I. A melody made to entrance. It lingers along night through, I. And fills it with song while we dance. Each moment you stay in my arms, I know it's true, music has charms, and no serenade ever knew, my love serenade to romance.
So tender theme, music from me alone, fulfills every dream I've ever known. Each word that you sing, like on a night like this, each promise you take, sealed with a kiss. My love's for you,
Dying it lingers along night through, and fills it with song while we dance. Each moment you stay in my arms, I know it's true, music hath charms. Beauty unfading, magic undying, love serenade to romance.
morning, senorita. You couldn't sleep?
My rancho's not as restful as it used to be. Too many visits from the police.
I slept perfectly well, thank you. I just didn't want to miss your fascinating little ceremony.
You find us fascinating? Especially our bandits, perhaps.
What do you mean?
I'm convinced the locket was stolen from you. You lied to protect someone.
Now hold on a minute, Lopez. The senator's following close behind, and I'm sure he'd be interested to know that his daughter, an American citizen, was being drilled by some tin-pot Mexican cop.
While you're in Mexico, senorita, you should obey Mexican law and also observe Mexican character.
Yeah, I'm doing that all the time.
Then you should have realized, for instance, that Raquelita, being engaged to Ramon, is not about to let any woman take her man away from her.
What has that got to do with Lucille?
And you should have also realized that Ramon is devoted exclusively to Raquelita. Watch them together and ask yourself if telling lies about the locket is worth it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
No!
How much further, for Pete's sake?
Vera, Senator, you're doing very well.
Ah, there you are, Lucille. Why on earth I ever let you talk me getting out of bed at this pagan hour, I'll ever know.
May I escort you to the ceremony this morning, senorita?
Will you please leave me alone?
Say, is this Dago bothering you?
That is a most offensive term, Senator. But you're a stranger to our country, and you have been under somewhat of a strain lately, so I'll overlook it. Excuse me.
He'll overlook it. Very big of him, I'm sure.
I didn't know I could hate that man more than I did yesterday.
You look upset, man. Have you seen a ghost?
Perhaps I have.
In that case, you'd better have this back. Thanks all the same, but I think you could need a little more than me.
Perhaps I'll have just a need. That's better.
Casilda was saying you get up this crazy caper every year.
Yes, it's an important date for us. We revive the ancient ritual of the Aztecs who worshipped Tonatiuh. They believed that when he had finished the 4 seasons of the year, that he might decide to abandon the earth and leave it to its fate. And never rise again.
They couldn't face the prospect of a perpetual night.
Well, I don't blame him. That's a frightening idea.
So they used to perform a special ritual to plead with the sun god to bring the dawn as usual.
And to jump and to stay on the job for another year.
It's called kindling of the new fire.
Which is exactly what this stuff is doing to me.
And so up to now, this Tonatiuh. He's always obliged, hasn't he?
And it makes a good excuse for a day off.
And a grand fiesta. Come, Senator. Why don't you take my arm?
I think I'd better.
Perhaps it would be just as well if you led the way, Casilda.
Of course, follow me. This way.
Lucille, why don't you help me with your father? He seems to be...
Go, darn it, man. I thought I was helping you.
There's only one thing I have to say to that, Senator.
Oh?
Everybody quiet. It's Lola. Someone must have fired a shot in the excitement of the ceremony. It ricocheted and grazed her arm.
Will she be all right?
Of course she'll be all right, but the wound needs bathing and bandages.
My cabana is not far away.
Lead the way. I'll bring her.
No, we need you here. Pedro, you take her.
What a payoff to the ceremony!
Well, I nearly jumped out of my skin when that gun went off.
Frightened me out of my wits, too.
Talking about being out of your wits, here.
Why, Peppy, where have you been? You missed all the excitement.
I had rather a disturbed night.
You don't say.
Oh, don't I? But I thought I just did. Oh, but you're probably right. I'd better not.
As a matter of fact, Mama, I have some news for you.
You found it? The draw?
Yeah? That's for the chief. He's going to be very pleased with us.
Well, that will make a change now, won't it?
I'll handle this, Mama. You get things going. Lola's accidents put rather a damper on things.
Accident? I'm trying my very hardest to get over a bad shock for a moment.
Please, Mama, do your best. That's the idea. Now you'll be away. You get things going while I'll deal with Pablo.
Come on, Chief. Have I got some exciting?
Well, folks, we have our orders. We've all got to be gay and happy.
Here, here, what happened to all the party spirit?
I just finished it. Well, who's going to get the ball rolling?
Will I do? How about it, Peppy? Will you teach me to tango?
Oh, I couldn't do that. My feet wouldn't be concentrating. Tell you what, though, Mama. So beautiful too, of course. But somehow I'm more used to it. How about you and I? Eh? Well, you said somebody had to start the ball rolling. Shall we dance?
Why, Peppy. Now, wouldn't that be nice? I don't need asking twice. And maybe I can prove I can still get in the groove.
A tango just for two. So if okay with you, I'll pray you to me, yes. Go on, sexy with the best. Up in mind, it's better not to know just what a gigolo intends to do.
I always thought it used to dance a certain way, but maybe from today I'll change my mind.
We diddle sideways is the way and that's the way, or simply stop and sway. You're so inclined.
Double joints, a torso that can turn from forward to a stern.
To tango you require a heart that's full of fire, a slinky kinky glide and a slouchy crouching stride.
Something. If you'd to do that act on Broadway, you'd have your name in lights.
And our legs in plaster.
How about not poor? Oh, you must be joking.
Listen, everybody, I got good news. Lola's come around. The wound's not serious and she's gonna be fine. Mama, where's Ramon?
Talking to Pablo, why?
Oh, it's just that Lopez was seen running away from here just after the shot was fired.
Oh, then we can make a pretty good guess who is firing the a shot at, can't we?
You mean if it hadn't been for Lola?
I don't know yet.
Breckley, to what news?
Good news. Lola's come round. She's gonna be fine.
And that chief of police was spotted running away.
Running. How extraordinary.
Yes, and very unusual too. Lopez usually glides around like a snake with rheumatics.
Mama and Peppy have been dancing and we're all in the party mood again.
Good for you. As a matter of fact, we have good reason to be happy. Pablo's just brought me excellent news. This is a great day for the downtrodden people of Mexico.
Downtrodden? Heaven forbid I ever come back when you're on the up and up.
Well, I'm not certain I ever want to leave.
Come now. We've just gotten back into the party spirit. Let's not stop now.
Good for you, Mama. Here in Mexico, we know how to celebrate, don't we?
Yeah!
So what are we waiting for?
And now it's out and so
celebrities in town. Men of courage and honor and renown.
No one's very sure how what happens where, getting such a break in the bullfight game. Though it's up sure, everywhere we go, when we share the take, we go blood for shame. When we're on the field, money's in the till, even though a fight we have yet to win. Every time we enter an arena, the boom starts to grin, prancing like a prima ballerina, then sits down and gives in. Not the way boom should behave. Why can't they let us be brave? Let us be brave. We want to be what the nation adores. Tori adores. Tori adores. We want to hear lots of cheers and applause. We're the men who put the ball in bullfight. They want to be what the nation adores. Tori adores. Tori adores. They want to hear lots of cheers and applause. They're the men that put the ball in bullfight. When you wave a cape, who's the meant to scrape? Madly in the dust and to charge as planned. Not to do a damn, looking like a cap. Either bloody guess like Ferdinand. So we blow our tops, brandishing the props. As we're coming down, we now smash heat. Every time the plastic bulls ignore us, the crowd is in speed. Not a single bull has tried to gore us. We feel such a bonnet. Wave the sword, show we have guts. Show we have guts. Being ignored is driving us nuts. Driving us nuts. We want to be what the nation adores. Tori adores. Tori adores. We want to hear lots of cheers and applause. We're the men who put the ball in bullfight. We want to be what the nation adores. Tori adores. Tori adores. They want to hear lots of cheers and applause. We're the men who put the ball in bullfight. Aye!
Well, hey, muchachos, how's it going? All right, what's up? Let's have it. Come on.
You know very well, we happen to be fond of Raquelita.
Oh, I get it. I danced with her boyfriend for a couple of minutes and I'm out. Is that it?
Not all of it. At one time or another, every one of us has been in love with Raymond, or thought we were.
So?
So here we live very close to each other. Our world it's much smaller than yours.
I don't understand.
Well, maybe you don't. When Raymond chose Raquelita, we all accepted that we'd loved and lost, and she was the lucky one. Raquelita's one of us, and we're all her friends, so we are happy for them, both.
And now?
And now you've come along with all your glamour and clever ways, and within an hour you've set your cap on Raymond.
Said my cap, say, isn't that just a little bit old-fashioned?
We're an old-fashioned people, Lucille. We accept that we've lost Raymond to Raquelita, but we don't accept that she might lose him to you.
Well, what do you know? And I thought Mexican girls had guts, lots of spirit and fire. Ramon's as set on Raquelita as you think, then I don't stand a chance. But I can find out, can I? It's up to Raquelita to prove that nobody can take her man away from her. The situation were reversed, and Raquelita came to Washington to try to take my man from me.
You'd fight for him?
You bet I would.
So would I, if there were any need. But there isn't. You and Raymond belong to different worlds. You find him romantic and exciting, and he finds you smart and attractive. But you could never mean to him what one of us could mean to him.
Especially you?
Especially me.
But, Raquelita, I really wouldn't want you to hate me.
I don't. I realized I was spiteful last night, but I had been so afraid for Ramon's life all evening to
see him dancing with you, so carefree, when he could have been laying dead on the temple floor instead of dancing.
I understand. I've always dreamed of romance, and here under the Mexican sun, I've been kidding myself I might have found it. It was only a dream.
To us, life is no dream. It's real and hard. Being in love is the only thing that makes it worth living.
And you are in love?
Of course I am. Isn't every girl with everything in the world? In love with the sound of music from soft guitars. In love with the dream of summer, the flame of stars. In love with the wine that blossomed, the snow white dove. Above all these lovely things, we're in love with love. Each true Mexicano sings a song wherever he goes, while from the strumming strings a tender rhythm flows. All the tunes lovers play, they play night and day. Rapturous passion is feeling, stealing your heart away. In love with the sound of music from soft guitars. In love with the dream of summer, the dream of stars. In love with the vibrant blossom, the snow white dove. Above all these lovely things, we're in love with love. Each true Mexicano sings a song wherever he goes, while from the strumming strings a tender rhythm flows. All the tunes lovers play, sweetly they play, night and day. Rapturous passion and feeling, stealing your heart away. No wonder we're in love, so much in love with love.
Senorita, I'm looking for your father.
You've come to tell him you've captured the bandit, of course.
In a word, no. And now I've even lost my chief of police.
Now, Sergeant, isn't that just the littlest bit careless of you?
Well, he left to attend the Aztec ceremony and nobody's seen him since.
There was a shooting incident at the ceremony. Had you heard?
Yes, I had heard.
Perhaps that explains why Lopez has disappeared.
I don't see how. Mexicanos often fire into the air out of sheer exuberance.
Even at religious ceremonies.
Frequently.
So how come your churches are so full?
One arm of the law still with us at any rate.
Now, ma'am, a little respect, if you please, for a hard-working police officer,
Thank you, sir.
even if he is pretty damn useless. No news, I suppose, yet, Sergeant?
Alas, no. We pursued our inquiries most diligently and explored every avenue.
Bernardo leaves no stone unturned.
But I am afraid to report that we have found no trace of the bandits, no clue as to where your luggage is, and no sign of your money, nothing.
Well, luggage I can replace, and I wasn't carrying all that much cash. Shall I tell you something to take that woe-begone look off your face? The one and only really important item is the one the hoodlums didn't get and didn't discover. It's still safe.
First I've heard of this. What's this important item?
Oh, never you mind, Lucille. This isn't the time or place to discuss my reasons for visiting Mexico.
Yeah, I never did know why we made the trip anyway.
Well, we're glad you did. We've all grown to like you both very much.
And we're so grateful for your hospitality, ma'am. As soon as I get back to Washington, I'll see you're suitably recompensed.
You don't owe us a thing, believe me.
Oh, Pop, you've simply got to tell me what this important item is. I'm dying of curiosity.
Oh, I think you'll live a little bit longer. At any rate, it's time we got moving. Now, you left nothing behind at the ranch show, have you, Lucille?
I'd nothing left to leave, remember?
Well, what I mean is you've got all the same garments on you.
I don't follow.
What I'm saying is you're wearing all the same underwear.
Senator, what a question to ask in front of a young lad like Bernardo.
Really, Pop, if you're worried about me catching cold...
All right, forget it. Just as long as we leave with everything we came with.
Well, I'm not sure I ever want to leave.
Do you really have to leave, Senator?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. I've lost too much time already. And now that your son's kindly found some kind of buggy for us...
He's fixing it now.
Good. Then as far as transportation's concerned, everything's okay. But I'm bound to say, it's with some regret that I must put myself away.
And we took you late, yet decide to stay. Maybe you could let your business wait another day. Wouldn't you agree? We're an idle breed. Why do something pronto when there isn't any need?
You're going for speed. What I'd like to lead, that we wouldn't know or know indeed. Here in Mexico, it's far too hot to hurry, and that being so, we wonder why you worry whether you should go. Say you'll wait until mañana.
In the blazing sun, started turning so. What did it matter when you're only said and done? It's morning to mañana.
I've been delayed far too long. I'm afraid I have some business which simply cannot wait. Cha-cha-cha!
Please what you say has to be on its way. It really is unimportant to take.
Cha-cha-cha!
If you stop me time, I'll set you right to keep on turning up on time. I'll cut you out in peace, I'll bet you not a crime. You dilly-dally to mañana.
Be that as it may, Americanos hardly ever like to lay, while Mexicanos hardly ever touch a day.
But they can put up to mañana. Never, people, never, hardly ever go away today. When they can say it to mañana. Cha-cha-cha. Bravo, amigos. If only you could stay a couple of more days, would have you behaving like true Mexicanos.
That does it, Pop. You'll have to go to Pablo on your own. I'm joining the Mañana Club.
What? But that's impossible. You've got to come with me.
Why? What do you need me and Pablo for?
I need you because you've got the... just take my word for it, can't you?
Give me one good reason why I should.
But... Oh, excuse me for a minute while I have a quiet word with my daughter.
But of course, senor.
Bernardo, wouldn't it be simply marvelous if you could find the senator's luggage? Everything that's missing while Lopez is absent without leave.
But it would be the crowning moment of my career. But my men have searched everywhere without success.
Perhaps they weren't very thorough. Preoccupied, no doubt, thinking about the next police concert.
What are you driving at?
Bernardo, don't keep your ears open. In a small place like this, you'd be surprised what you can learn that goes from the rumors that are flying here and there.
But nobody will tell me anything. You're all against me all of the time.
There, dear, don't cry. Why don't you search the stable behind the old cantina?
But it's been searched already.
Perhaps the men were in a hurry or not concentrating.
Try looking there again, Bernardo.
You know something, don't you? If you've been withholding information...
Not withholding it, merely passing it on.
Of all the darn stupid things to do! And anyway, it's not there now.
But it's got to be. You can't be feeling in the right spot.
Sure, Pete, say tough. I've been right round.
Lucille! My whole diplomatic career is at stake here. We've got to find that giraffe.
Aha! Viva el Proletaria! Viva la Victoria! Viva! It's true, amigos, it's true. Me, Mendoza, I bring you the most colossus news. La revolution, she is over. Body shooting. La Victoria, she is ours. Viva! Viva! Senor, perhaps this is what you're searching for in the Senorita's unmentionables.
Well, when did you... and how did... Where have you been?
Me, Mendoza, I know everything. I arrange the money shall not reach El Presidente. I plan to use the money for my so lovely revolution in support of El Presidente, the new one. But my so lovely revolution, she succeeds without the help of your Americano money. So you can keep your Christmas pudding. Thank you all the same. $1 million, I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you sure you can spare it?
Si, senor. For me to keep it now would not be honest.
Huh?
Oh, amigos, it is a great day for Mexico, is it not? El Presidente, the old one, gone, hoppity, skedaddled. Viva El Presidente, the new one. Viva!
Senorita. The most wonderful news. I found your luggage. It's all there. Even your wallet with $500.
$1,000?
Well, it's nearly all there, nearly intact. Mendoza, what are you doing here?
He brings great news, Bernardo. The revolution is over. The tyrant has fled.
And so has your Capitan, has he not? Me, Mendoza, I know everything. My brave soldados had their beagle eyes on him last night at the Aztec ceremony when he shot down that poor little girl Lola.
What?
Oh, see, it was the brave Lopez who fired the gun. Then my soldados closed in on him and he bolted like a scalded ferret.
You've done it this time, Mendoza, threatening an officer in execution.
There's been no execution yet. Lopez is no longer a police officer. He was appointed by El Presidente, the old one. I have a message from El Presidente, the new one. No more Lopez, not on your Isabella. Yay! Oh, and I am to inform you that you're no longer Sergeant Bernardo.
Have I been dismissed too?
No, you're no longer Sergeant Bernardo because you have been promoted. Capitan Bernardo! And the best of Mexican luck to you, senor.
Is it really true? The revolution over, the president gone?
Oh, si, senor. El Presidente has fled. The government has fled.
And talking of fleas,
That fellow Pablo in the business of the circus gets the shirt off my back.
and Pepe and his sleepwalking.
It was the draft they were looking for all the time.
Yes, I hope we were instrumental in assisting with the assignment.
Yes, and I hope we helped a bit too.
Heroes of la revolution. You have to twist the tails.
Oh, we had to clean them out a bit first. They were the muggiest devils I've ever seen. Talk about the pong.
Heroes of la revolution have no business cleaning stables. No doubt the great Zorro will promulgate you too.
Hey, we're being a little bit careless.
Yes. About saying what in front of whom?
Don't worry, it's already worked out who Zorro is. But with everybody on Raymond's side, how am I going to prove it?
The question is superfluous. El Presidente, the new one, grants Zorro a free pardon. Mexico no longer needs any bandits. From today, all bandits are disbanded.
Everybody see who's out and about again?
What's all the chilling about? The revolution is over.
Lopez is on the run.
The president's fled.
I've been made a capitan.
We've got our luggage back.
And some of the cash.
The people have won.
I won't give my sleeve.
I found $1 million.
I've been made a capitan.
I'm not going to club.
And neither am I.
And I'm going to marry you.
I've been made a capitan.
Say that again.
I've been made a capitan.
Not you.
I'm going to marry you.
Oh, Raymond. But what about...
Don't give it a think. Now there is no impediment. Zorro has been made redundant.
So, how do I look now that I'm no longer a bold, bad bandit? Merely a respectable citizen. Does it show?
Not so you'd notice. So, how you gonna like being respectable?
Never again to ride through the desert with a mask over my face. Never again to hold up a stagecoach shouting your money or your life. Never again to hear the desert ring with the cry, Viva Zorro! I'm going to like it a lot as long as I can be sure that love won't fly away, but stay true as our new life we start. I'll faithfully pray every day, please
fastest horse and give me safe passage across the border, and this girl lives. Otherwise...
You've heard about the success of our little revolution, then?
I've been hounded and humiliated ever since.
No more tyrant dictator to protect you anymore, hey Lopez. 10 years ago, I swore I'd kill you.
Take care. This girl will die before you reach your gun.
I am unarmed. In any case, I'll be better revenged by letting you live, to be hounded and humiliated as you'll always be.
Brave words, Raymond, at the expense of this girl's life. Enough talk. Your fastest horse and safe passage, quickly.
Me, Mendoza, I have the fastest horse in all of Mexico. But he's a little bit tired at the moment. Mama, perhaps you could have a horse ready and...
Yeah, my friend Pedro. He has the fastest horse in all the century. Take me. Come, quick, come with me.
Oh, Peppy!
And you thought you were such a crack shot.
You deliberately moved to protect him, didn't you? Did you ever change of heart?
Your days for interrogatings are over, Senor Lopez. Take him away, Capitan.
Be warned, Senator. Politics, the power struggle. Fortune can be very fickle. One day you're, the next you're. Risky business, but exciting. Today's revolution might be yours, amigos. Tomorrow's might be mine.
Well, folks, there's going to be no more Captain Lopez.
That shot at the ceremony, it was meant for Ramon, wasn't it?
Right, I think so, Senorita.
And you stepped forward on purpose to save him?
Oh, I don't think I would truly ever know.
I'd like you to have this. The inscription can be removed if you wish.
I'd like it just as it is. Thank you.
Senorita, under the new regime, you are appointed to give out all the medals at every institution.
Well, there's definitely not going to be any more Captain Lopez now.
Viva Banado!
Viva! No more tyranny.
Viva el new presidente!
Viva! No more Zorro.
Viva Ramon!
Viva!
So perhaps I can count him being around a little bit more often.
Yes, and doing a bit of work for a change.
Viva Mexico!
Viva!